Hello, this is Tara Galliano of Boulder Sex Therapy and Rediscovering My Body, and I'm here to speak with you today about something that I've been avoiding. One of the questions that I get asked a lot often, yes, so it makes me a little bit nervous, is what type of music do you listen to? And yes, that is a personal question. And I happen to be a private person. And it's kind of like when somebody walks into my home and they see my bookshelf with all my books on it. And that is a very private thing to see what it is that somebody listens to in their private time when they're alone. Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. And and so when someone asks me what music do I listen to, I feel sometimes this expectation that I should say something cooler than what it is that I'm actually listening to. No disrespect to any of you musical artists out there who do things that I certainly cannot do. And I love music. And what I often listen to when I'm alone is 70s and 80s pop. And I love it. And I dance and I just, woo! I guess I'm glad you love it too. But it cracks me up because it's embarrassing for me to say that out loud. And I think, what a silly thing. But it's so personally revealing what it is that somebody likes, or what it is that turns someone on, or what it is that makes someone feel happy. So how does that relate to the topic that I'm going to lead into? Is kind of that sometimes it's difficult to say things that we are engaged in. Hey Laura, thanks so much for joining me today. And the question that I get asked a lot about recently, professionally, is about affairs. And so me making light and saying that it's difficult for me to talk about the musical taste that I have, and then revealing to your loved one that you've had an affair, completely different tones, completely different textures, completely different truths. And yet, oftentimes they both are difficult to say. And that I wanted to offer some resources today for couples who are dealing with this. And in this time of COVID-19, who, has been able to go out and have an affair? Well, it has certainly been coming to light in terms of the work that I do, and that, these things do happen. Hey, Susan, so glad you're watching me today. So some of the resources that I wanted to give you today are great resources to reevaluate and look at what is working in your relationship and what do you want to salvage in this relationship. Because oftentimes, at least statistically, 50% or more of the time, the partner who has been cheated on wants to make amends, or wants to forgive the other person, not make amends, but wants to forgive the other person for their transgressions and say, let's work on things. And oftentimes the person who has gone and created this extracurricular activity, or this extramarital affair, or this breach of confidence, or this breach of trust, wants to work on the relationship as well. So both parties are more inclined to work on what it is that they've got than not. And that is statistically true. And then how you do that is a totally different story. And some of the resources that I wanted to give to you are 3 books. So the first book is, let's see, I think it's Tammy Nelson's book, something about the new monogamy. So the new monogamy is a book that helps couples renegotiate the contracts, the tacit agreements that they've made that have been a setup for their former relationship, and that the new relationship can include whatever it is that is agreed upon, and starts helping couples have those tough conversations about what is working and what's not. What do they want to change? What do they fear? And what do they rejoice in the relationship? What makes them or motivates them to keep things going? The second book I want to talk about is a tried and true classic, is Janis Spring's book, After the Affair. What I love about this book is that it really takes into consideration both parties' feelings about what happened and how to rectify the situation and move forward, and comes from a very emotional standpoint, and it's very sensitive, and that it is a sorry, somebody was calling me. So that book is great. I love that book. I think it's just such a great path forward for couples to start again engaging in the conversation about what happened and what does it look like now that we know that there's been this transgression, and how do we change things so it doesn't happen again, so your needs are met, so my needs are met, and so we can move forward. And the third book is the most recent, and that is by Esther Perel, and that is The State of Affairs. What I love about Esther, so many things to love about her, is that she ties in so many topics and brings them together to really infuse life into a real life situation. So I wanted to invite you to check out those 3 resources: The New Monogamy by Tammy Nelson, Janis Abrams Springer's book, After the Affair, and then Esther Perel's book, The State of Affairs. And I hope those are some helpful resources for you. If you'd like more, if you have some questions that you'd like answered, feel free to give me a call, contact me. I'm here to answer your questions. Okay, be well. Bye.